School to bring you high school girls regional final basketball action where the Fort Loramie Redskins take on the Minster Wildcats. Tonight's game is sponsored by Minster Bank, Schwieterman Pharmacies, Kilo Pizza, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, Hometown Opportunity, Francis Furniture, Wilson Health, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, NKTelco, NKT.TV, BowlerStore.com, Carriage Works, Cy Schwieterman, Fowler's TV, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, PSG Automotive Outfitters, and First National Bank. Welcome to Vandalia Butler High School. Sorry for this delayed game. We had a little technical difficulties. The score is 24-23. Minster right now with 4:08 remaining in the third quarter. I'm Brandon Copeman along with Ron Bruzzi. And Mackenzie Holscher no good from the baseline. And Ron, it's been a big battle here. Loramie finally just got their first lead a bit ago, but just surrendered it back to Minster.
Yeah, Minster jumped out to an 11-2 lead and finally caught up here in the third quarter, went ahead 23-22.
And Ivy Wolf there, the MAC Player of the Year. Ice in her veins, 27-23 Minster on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank, think first. This is a rematch of last year's regional final where Minster won 44-28 and they ultimately went on to win the state tournament. Shot from Marissa Meyering, no good, pulled down by Courtney Pranger. This place is jam-packed to the rafters here. This battle of State Route 66 for a chance to go to Columbus. Shot long there by Janae Hoying. And the Wildcats will reset their attack. Pranger looking to go to work on the inside. It's going to be a positioning foul there by Mackenzie Holscher.
Seems like every time Minster needs a bucket, they're looking inside to Pranger. She started out hot. She had the first 4 points of the ball game. She has 12 points right now.
Yeah, she had 4 points within a minute there. Minster jumped out to a quick lead,
but then Loramie did the adjustment on the defensive end, kept the ball from her.
Be an offensive, I don't know what the call is here.
No, it's an official's timeout.
Pranger is coming up, holding her abdomen area.
Call a foul. They said she got hit with an elbow in the stomach. Probably lost her breath for a little bit.
Might have been some retaliation by Pranger, but it'll be on her.
Yeah, they called it on her. She's the one that doubled over.
Mike Wiss doesn't like that call. He's arguing with the official. They're going to stick with it.
Yeah.
Minster
calling an offensive foul.
I think they're going to have to stick with the call here. Pranger not looking too happy. I don't know if she got injured on the play. She was holding her abdomen wrong.
Now the official that made the call is going to explain it to Coach Wiss.
Such an important point in the game. I don't know if you can reverse that. You'd have a lot of irate Loramie fans.
They're not going to reverse it. They're going to keep the call the way it was made. Fort Loramie's basketball.
This is the third time in the last 4 years these two teams have played at the Vandalia Butler Activity Center. Minster winning the regional final last year. Loramie winning the regional semifinal battle in 2016. This has been the matchup, Ron, that everyone's been anticipating since the beginning of the year. These guys played in the regular season contest. Loramie took it in double overtime, and these teams combined have 2 losses.
They match up very well against each other. Numbers are very similar. 2 of the best coaches around.
Caitlin Gasson in the forecourt over to Ava Schultes. Up to Jaden Putoff. Dana Rose. 3, fires. In and out. Pranger pulls it down. 27-23 Minster here on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank, think first. And these are the state 1 and 2. Loramie number 1, Minster number 2. They flip-flop positions after Loramie won the regular season matchup, and they've been there, both been there ever since.
And that was Minster's only loss. Loramie's only loss came to West Liberty Salem early in the year.
Courtney Pranger on the inside. Features Xavier Musketeer over to Janae Hoying. Back up to Maris Wolf. This Loramie team so impressive. back in the regional final this year. No seniors on this ball team. Maris Wolf, left wing, Janae Hoying. She goes baseline, no good. Ball will tip off. Pranger will go the way of the Redskins.
So it's the game everybody's been talking about since January 13th.
I've been talking about it since about November, Ron. I've been looking forward to this matchup. I didn't get to go to the regular season game, but like you said, these teams match up really well.
They both play defense.
Yeah.
Very good defense. That's really their bread and butter on the defensive end. But when it comes to offense, they both execute their offense as well. They move the basketball, look for the open person, and that's the way they play.
Danielle Barhorse, Carly Richards checks in for Minster, and Kennedy Gephardt in for the Fort Loramie Redskins. Each team's got a League Player of the Year on their side. Loramie has Marissa Meyering. Minster has Ivy Wolf. So, and we know that Wolf family, you know, her sister Damaris is playing, and their brothers, you know, Ethan and Eli played at Tennessee, as there's a Loramie turnover there. Just high on the post entry pass there by Meyering.
And that's Loramie's 6th turnover of the ball game. Minster has 9. 6 of those coming in the second quarter.
148, 27, 23 Minster Wildcats here on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank Think First. I'm Brandon Coverman along with Ron Cruzy. Sorry for our technical difficulties, which we weren't able to bring you the first half and a bit of this third quarter. Minster working around the perimeter. Richard, 3 from the corner, and she's got it. And Minster up ahead by 7, and they are on a 8-0 run. Carlos Siegel wants a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'd like to thank our sponsors, because without them, this game would be not brought to you tonight. It'll be Wilson Health, caring without limits, Precision Strip, NKT.TV, BowlerStore.com, Find the Pocket without emptying yours, Carriage Works, specializing in collision repair in St. Henry, Ohio, Cy Schwederman, Fowler's TV, we service what we sell, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, a name you know, a name you trust, PSG Automotive Outfitters, Mr. Bank, financial solutions for a lifetime, Sweeterman Pharmacy, pharmacies located in Salina, Coldwater, Minster, New Bremen, St. Mary's, and Wapak, New Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, Francis Furniture. Our keys of the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Our replay is brought to you by Winners Meats, quality meats for 90 years. Our play of the game is brought to you by NKTelco, and our scoreboard, which reads Minster 30, Fort Loramie 23, is brought to you by First National Bank Think First. And Loramie, Ron, needing a big bucket here to close the gap back within 5 at least.
Yeah, they went on a run to begin the third quarter to get ahead by 1. Now Minster comes back with a run. So up to Loramie, stay poised.
Dana Rose loses the ball in front of the stadium-style seats here at the Vandalia Butler Student Activity Center. And now Ivy Wolf bring the ball up in the forecourt. Loramie varying pressure in the half court. Well, Carla Siegel does a real good job of mixing up defenses. You don't know what to expect from her. She got her 400th win earlier this year, and she has 2 state titles to show for it, 2013 and 15, and numerous other state accolades and state appearances for this team, district titles, county titles. She's definitely one of the best in the whole state. 37 seconds left. Richard gets the bucket. Minster's up 9. Carly Richard with a 5-0 self-run to give Minster a 9-point lead.
Yeah, Loramie extended their defense that time. They came out pretty far, and they got burned with a cutter to the basket.
Kennedy Gephardt, high wing, throws it through Dana Rose's hands, and Minster on a big run here. And looking to seize momentum here. They are on their feet from Wildcat country. Teams looking to punch their ticket to the Value City Arena at the Schottenstein Center in Columbus next week.
Look for a set play here at the end of the quarter. 15 seconds left.
Barhorse in the forecourt over to Wolf. 10 seconds remaining here on the clock. Wolf being guarded by Gephardt. Wolf will work it right side. She's looking for Pranger. Back to her sister Damaris. Long three. Well short. That's going to bring us to our final frame, where the Minster Wildcats lead the Fort Loramie Redskins 32-23 on our First National Bank scoreboard. We'll be back with you after this commercial break. You're watching girls basketball on NKTelco Sports.
At Minster Bank, we understand that life can get hectic. That's why when it comes to your banking, we offer the services that make your life simpler, with tools like person-to-person payments, Pop Money, mobile and online banking, and bill pay. But most of all, Minster Bank is a supportive member of your community, with personal relationships and customer service that reach outside of our branches. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Here's the thing. If you're the kind of guy who eats, sleeps, and breathes farming, who gets up at dawn, determined to get the best crop and the best yield, why surrender to the mercy of the water table? Cy Schwederman Incorporated can lower your water table to an average of 2 to 3 feet below the surface, allowing you to grow stronger, healthier plants that root deeper, that are more resilient to the elements, that enable longer growing seasons, and can produce higher results in the fields and in your pocket. Trust CSI, your drainage experts since 1946.
Back here at the Vandalia Butler Student Activity Center, you see the Minster student section. They're having a whiteout tonight as Minster's wearing their home whites on the road here at the Student Activity Center here. Ron, we could have just played this game at Loramie or Minster. You know, why did all these fans have to travel down here to Vandalia?
Including us.
Including us, but there is a ton of fans here from both sides. Great representation by both the Mack and Shelby County here.
I-75 was busy.
For sure. Marissa Meyering working on the inside to Ava Schultes. Broke up by Courtney Prenger, and Minster is on the prowl. They're in the midst of a 12-0 run.
Yeah, Fort Loramie's going to have to be careful here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. This game could get away.
Janae Hoying splits the pressure over to Damaris Wolf. Cross-court pass broken up. Gephardt. Gephardt works up Mackenzie Holscher. Holscher pushing it in the forecourt. Holscher kicking it on the inside, Ava Schultes. She likes her matchup, and she's fouled aggressively from behind. It'll be on the floor.
A good job there by Fort Loramie. Being aggressive, you're down by 9, 32-23.
Yeah,
be aggressive with the basketball, get a foul if you can, score with the clock stop. They called that on the floor, not on the shot.
Yeah, definitely if you're Loramie, you don't want to, or even Minster, you both will still want to play aggressive here. It's been a very physical ball game. Nice set play to Schultes on the inside. She whips around the freshman, no good. Marissa Meyering comes down with it, powers it up, no good. Prenger comes down with it.
That was the same play that Minster ran in the first half with a lob to Prenger.
And man, it has been a physical ball game here tonight. Damaris Wolf laying her options up to her sister Ivy. Back on the inside, Prenger over to Wolf. Good passing sequence by the Wildcats. Prenger gets away with it over to Hoying. Back to Wolf in the corner. Damaris fires three. No good. Meyering pulls it down, and the Redskins will bring up their attack. Caitlin Gasson trying to work on Wolf.
Got caught too low.
She's pivoting. She got called for a walk. Go the way of the Minster Wildcats. Jeff Falk will come in for Courtney Prenger.
She had the right idea, got the penetration, but she picked up her dribble down too low behind the backboard.
Nobody has scored yet in this fourth quarter. 32-23 still remains our score.
There,
until now.
She got the turnover in the bucket, so she made up for it.
And now we see Ron Loramie mixing up defenses here. One-handed pass by Ivy, caught by Damaris Wolf.
So what they're going to have to be careful with when they press and trap out of it, it's going to leave somebody open, and they can't give up layups on the other end.
Touch foul called there on the backcourt on the Redskins. That might be on Gephardt. I think they might they're going to signal on Caitlin Gasson.
And that's her second.
That'll be her second. Team's second here. You know, fouls do kind of start creeping in the back of your mind, even though it's a 7-point ball game right now. You know, still 6 minutes to play. A lot of time on both sides. Wolf working it over to Hoying. Janae Hoying trying to put the moves on Gasson here. Over to her running mate Wolf. These two are one of the most fearsome backcourts in the state of Ohio. Griffin Hoying playing a little pitch and catch here. Jess Folk in the corner. Battle for a trip to represent the Southwest District in Columbus at Value City Arena next Friday at 1 o'clock.
Minster's going to spread the floor.
Playing a little patient here. Loramie been playing behind pretty much the majority of this ball game. They had at one point where they led by 1, but ever since Minster went on their big run, Loramie just finally snapped it not too long ago. And this has been about a minute-long possession for Minster here. And Loramie needs to do something here to get Minster to hurry it up.
Yeah, they figure they might as well be ahead by 7 with 5 minutes to go as opposed to 7 with 6 minutes to go.
Not going to settle for anything good. Mariswolf 3 fires. Big relief there for Loramie. Gasson dribbles it off her foot. Picked up by Rose, and she's fouled by Ivy Wolf.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the shot they wanted at the other end, but she was wide open, and it's hard to tell people not to shoot.
Yeah, Damaris is a really good three-point shooter. She shoots it very well from that area. I'm not afraid she let it fly. It'll be a timeout. It'll be a full timeout. We'll have a commercial break. You're watching girls high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
At CAPT, we use hometown opportunity to make sure that when we have a position open within the facility, it gets put on the website.
We've really been excited to see how that has grown so much over the last several years.
If anyone is looking for a job, it's the best place to go.
We really want to do whatever we can to get folks that are from this community back to this area.
I would recommend any manufacturing company that they take a look at it. It's a very good benefit for companies at no cost.
Schwiedemann Pharmacies began serving the people of Auglaize County in 1916 when Urban Schwiedemann purchased the building and business from J.H. Hoffman. The New Bremen location is one of the longest-running pharmacies in the country, with over 110 years of serving its patrons. Since then, 4 more stores have been added: Coldwater, St. Mary's, Minster, and Wapakoneta to round out the group. Our services include prescription refills, home medical equipment, nursing home services, customized compounded medication, vaccinations, and so much more.
Back here at the Vandalia Butler Student Activity Center, where the Minster Wildcats lead the Fort Loramie Redskins 32-25 here on our First National Bank scoreboard. And Ron, this 12er run just got snapped with a Loramie bucket here. And what do you think the Redskins need to look for on this possession?
Well, they've been successful going inside, and I think that's where I would go with it and be aggressive with it.
Gasson will work it over to Ava Schultes. Gasson called for a travel. I don't know if she walked there, Ron. Did you see one?
I didn't see it, but the official right on it. They needed a bucket there at 7. They could have got down to 5. We'll see once what Minster does here if they spread the floor again. Loramie's trying to trap out of the press. And they got it.
Got 3 players on Janae Hoying, and she gets bailed out with a foul there.
What you want to do there, you want to mirror the basketball with your hands, make them throw it up in the air so somebody has time to pick it off. You do not want to reach in that situation, and unfortunately for Fort Loramie, they got caught reaching.
Be their 3rd team foul. Pringer will get the ISO against Meyering. Nice left-handed move by Courtney Pringer, the future Xavier Musketeer. And Minster leads 34-25 on our First National Bank scoreboard. First National Bank, think first. Caitlin Gasson called for another travel in the backcourt. And Mackenzie Holscher will check in the ball game.
That time she drug her pivot foot.
Loramie going to amp up their pressure here. Kind of back on your heels now, 4 minutes to go. You know, Minster has a 9-point lead in the ball.
The rotation was just a little too late to get, they had her trapped. They had it set up. Rotation was late.
Ivy Wolf gets off the exchange, fakes the exchange, excuse me, and she's fouled in the backcourt. Carla Siegel-Vitt looks a little frustrated there.
So that's a 14th foul on Loramie. So they got 2 more to give till they get to the 1-1.
Fouls on Holscher, her second, team's 4th. And it's going to give ball on to Prenger on the inside. Minster up double digits now on the back of Courtney Prenger.
Well, that was just simple, 4 out and 1 in, lob it over their head.
Gephardt trying to respond in the forecourt. Good stand here for the Wildcats. Hoying prowling in the front court. Gives it up to Wolf. Back to Janae
spread the
Hoying.
floor again.
Minster has the momentum and is 3:22 away from capturing their 2nd straight Southwest District Regional title.
What they want to do maybe is get Prenger down low.
This game is getting physical. Hoying fouled hard there by Marissa Mine. She fell back hard. 3:13 remaining here. 36-25, First National Bank scoreboard. I'm Brandon Coverman, along with Ron Cruzy. Our last girls presentation of high school basketball for the 2018-2019 winter sports season. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in.
So when they spread the floor like that, they do not have any weak side help down low on Prenger.
You got Jaden Putoff matched up on Prenger now. Now, Minster's got the ability to chew clock now. They're in the midst of a big 14-2 run, which has been the big difference in the ball game right now.
Loramie is going to have to foul.
Minster just putting on a passing display, and Gephardt fouls Wolf. And Minster, they don't shoot free throws as well as Loramie, but they still shoot them solid. You know, Ivy Wolf's a 73% shooter. Janae Hoying's a 68% shooter. Folk's a 66%. Prenger's at 62%. Damaris Wolf, Damaris Wolf is at 79%.
So the next foul will be 1-1. So they're going to have to foul again here.
About have to get their 2.5 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. And it'll be Damaris Wolf who will get the 1-1 nod. That's who you're there if you want Coach West, your senior, 79% from the line. Mackenzie Holscher and Taylor Rotterman checking the ball game for the Fort Loramie Redskins. And Wolf looking to give them the lead on the 1-1. And she connects like she has all season. Minster with their largest lead of the ball game with 12.
So Loramie's going to have to get the ball up the floor in a hurry. They don't necessarily need a 3, but they need a quick shot.
Not over yet if you're Fort Loramie. As Wolf misses it, you're the #1 team in the state for a reason. You know, unfortunately, you're playing #2 here in the Southwest District. It's unfortunate that one of these teams got to go home tonight. They're both really talented teams. And Rotterman is fouled by Wolf. That'll be Ivy Wolf's 3rd foul.
And that's the 5th team foul on Minster. So it doesn't really hurt anything right now. They still got 1 more to give.
Rotterman will take it out under their own basket. This game-defying run for Minster is what's gotten this lead. Ava Schultz is off balance. Finally gives Fort Loramie a response. Carla Siegel wants a timeout. There'll be a 30-second timeout. We'd like to, again, thank our sponsors. Wilson Health, Caring Without Limits, Precision Strip, NKT.TV, BowlerStore.com, find the pocket without emptying yours. Carriage Works, specializing in collision repair in St. Henry. Cy Schwederman, Fowler's TV, we service what we sell. Kogi Plumbing and Heating, a name you know, a name you trust. PSG Automotive Outfitters, Minster Bank, financial solutions for a lifetime. Sweeterman Pharmacies, pharmacies located in Salina, Coldwater, Minster, New Bremen, St. Mary's, and Wapak. Knoxville Supply, Minster Dental Care, Francis Furniture. Our keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Our replays are brought to you by Winners Meats, quality meats for 90 years. Our player of the game is brought to you by NKTelco. And our scoreboard, which reads Minster 37, Fort Loramie 27, is brought to you by First National Bank. Think first. I'm Brandon Codeman along with Ron Cruzy. And now if you're Loramie, you show a lot of different defenses, Ron, and now Minster's in the bonus.
Yeah, you have to try to, they're going to let them probably have the first pass and then trap out of it. try to pick that second pass off, and if they don't, they're going to have to foul.
The Wolf sisters play pitch and catch here. Up in the forecourt to Jess Falk, over to Ivy Wolf. Rotterman will foul Ivy Wolf. Ivy will go to the line for the 1 and bonus. Ivy shoots a solid 73% from the charity stripe this year. And no good. Loramie benefiting off a couple missed Wildcat free throws. It's not over yet here in Vandalia Student Activity Center. Holscher, 3, just off the front iron. Dana Rose recovers. Over to Rotterman, Taylor Rotterman from three-point land. Can't get the friendly roll. It falls in the hands of Jess Falk. Ivy Wolf nearly losing it in the forecourt. Pass up to Falk, to Pranger. And that puts the Wildcats back up 12.
Yeah, that's what happens. You start trapping, and somebody's going to break free down the court. That time it was Springer.
Holscher nearly walked. She'll give it up Dana Rose. Minute 19 remaining. Winner will play at 1 o'clock in the Schottenstein Center next Friday, representing the Southwest District. Taylor Rotterman, right wing. She works baseline. She's swatted by Janae Hoying. Possession will stay with the Redskins.
And Loramie's so used to executing their offense, but right now they've got to speed it up a little.
Myring works her way through. She powers up and she's fouled. She'll go to the charity stripe for 2. And she'll look to close the gap here. This Loramie team, like I said, they're number one in the state. Cannot count these girls out yet. They've found ways to win ball games all year. And Myring connects on the first one. Marissa shoots fairly well from the line, as most of these Redskins do. Shoots 49% from the field and a solid 74% from the line. As a team, they shoot around 71-72%. Myring goes perfect, 2 for 2 from the line. The gap is back within 10.
They got to foul quick.
Definitely, if you're the Redskins, you've got to foul quick. Wolf fumbles the ball in the forecourt. She's working on Gephardt. Wolf will kick it out to Janae Hoying, over to Damaris Wolf. Damaris is the person you want to have the ball. Shoots 79%, like I said. And it'll be Janae Hoying, the sophomore, super sophomore, going to the line. Janae, on the year, is a 68% free throw shooter. She's looking to ice this game for the Wildcats. And she'll hit the front end and we'll get the bonus.
That pretty much does it, 47 seconds.
So they're looking to get their second regional title in a row here, the defending state champions. And she'll go 2 of 2. Makes the hole a lot deeper for the Redskins here. Dana Rose comes up in forecourt, kisses it off the glass, no good. Pulled down by the future Musketeer, Courtney Pranger. And Carlos Siegel's gonna call off the Hounds.
All over but the shouting now.
And the Minster faithful on their hands and clapping their hands and on their feet. Coach Mike Wiss's team will get their second straight regional title. Coach Wiss wanting a timeout. Minster going to get the revenge from their only loss of the season and will advance for the second straight year as the Southwest District champions in the Southwest region. Representing Division 4, looking to defend their state title next week at the Schottenstein Center next Friday at 1 as Damaris Wolf hits the front end. A plethora of substitutions come in. And you know what, Ron? You know if you're Loramie, you're usually sad in this situation. You have seniors in this thing. But guess what? There's not a senior on the team. They'll all be back next year.
Yep. The future is looking bright for Fort Loramie. A little dark tonight, but they'll get over that. Sun will come up.
Yeah, definitely for Fort Loramie, a lot of positives. You know you lose tonight, but they're the #1 ranked team in the state with all this young talent. They just lost to a fantastic Minster team, and it's a shame that one of these two teams had to go home because they are both some of the top teams in the state. You know, if I had to put a college football playoff of high school girls basketball Division IV, these two teams would be here, no doubt about it. It's a shame one has to go home.
Yeah, for Fort Loramie, they started out a little rugged, got off to a slow start, really never recovered from that, although they did go ahead 23-22 at one point in the third quarter, but then Minster came on a run, and that was it.
Mike Wiss will look next week and get his 5th title as a coach. He has 3 in baseball, 1 in basketball, looking to get his 2nd in basketball. So we just got a bunch of JV girls out now. The clock winds down. It reads 0, and the Minster Wildcats are the champions of the Southwest District and have punched their ticket to Columbus next weekend. We will head to commercial break, wrap up the final stats, give you the post game. Our final score, the Minster Wildcats 43, Fort Loramie 29. You're watching girls high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
NKTelco Sports. More than 140 local high school and college games. Football, basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, and soccer. Support your local team with NKTelco Sports and promote your business to 250,000 households in Northwest Ohio. Call 1-888-NKTelco and get in the game.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Minster Dental Care continues to offer advanced dental technology in a state-of-the-art facility. Our professional team offers experience in general dentistry and orthodontics, including services such as CEREC and wireline orthodontics. Board-certified pediatric dentist Dr. Philip Slankowski ensures our littlest patients have a positive, safe, and a comfortable experience. We are unconditionally committed to excellence in everything we do.
Back here at the Vandalia Butler Student Activity Center, the Minster Wildcats just punched their ticket to Columbus by defeating the Fort Loramie Redskins 43-29. And Minster will look to represent yet again the Southwest District and add on another state title. This school's definition is winning state titles. Coach Mike Wiss will look to get his 5th in all sports. He has 3 in baseball, 1 in basketball, and we'll look to add on yet again. And, you know, Ron, just Minster was up a lot of the game. Loramie stormed back, goes up 24-23. And just after that, Minster just went on a run, and that just proved to be the difference in the ball game.
Yeah, as we expected, you know, the ball game was pretty well played. There was some spotty things from Fort Loramie that caused some runs, but they just got off to a slow start, hurt them tremendously, down 11-2 right off the bat. And at that point in time, Minster's going inside to Courtney Pringer, scoring pretty much at will. They made a defensive adjustment there and kept her away from the basketball. But then in the fourth quarter, after Minster went on the run, Fort Loramie didn't have the answer for that offensively, and defensively they got spread out, and so Minster got some easy shots from spreading the floor.
Yeah, just what a great game by Minster in the second half. You know, it's a senior-led team, and if that was an advantage that Minster had, is that they lost the regular season matchup in a thriller in double overtime. but they have that senior leadership. They have Courtney Pranger, they have Jess Folk, Damaris Wolf, Danielle Barhorst, these senior leaders that won a state title last year. And Loramie does have a plethora of experience. They don't have any seniors, like I said, but they have a lot of experience in regionals. As you see Janae Hoying hugging a family member there. Just a lot of experience in regional play, and it just wasn't their night tonight. And it's a shame that the Redskins have to go home. Carla Siegel does just a fantastic job coaching the team. They struggled in some areas tonight. Their youth showed at times, but like I said, this Loramie team is not going anywhere. No seniors. They're going to return everyone you saw on the floor, and they are going to be a preseason #1 and definitely have probably the odds-on favorite to win the Southwest region next year. And there's no doubt you're going to see them back here in the same spot at the Vandalia Butler Student Activity Center next year, Ron.
Yeah, young team, as you said. They've got a lot of future ahead of them. Same players, so you know, nothing to hang their head about. I'm sure they're down tonight, but they're resilient. And they'll come back, and probably a good chance of seeing them here again next year.
Yeah, you know, and Minster, just obviously good luck to them next week. You know, NKTelco area school, that's awesome for them. Continue that deep tradition of winning that they always bring to this area. You know, they've been led by, you know, their seniors here have played at Vandalia every year. They've won districts their freshman through senior year. You know, Courtney Pranger, future Xavier Musketeer, going to play for Coach Brian Neal next year. Jess Folk has added a valuable minutes. Damaris Wolf, who started off last year's team, continued her fantastic play. Danielle Barhorst, another spark off the bench for them. And just what a great team. They deserve it so much. And Coach Mike Wiss, one of the class acts in the area, looking, like I said, to get his 5th state title. And, you know, his baseball team's practicing without him, Ron.
Yeah, and, you know, you talk about two, I would call them two great coaches. They're two of the best around here. Their teams show that. They reflect them. And you look at Coach Wiss, double duty baseball and girls basketball. What a job that is. And he does it to the highest level. So all the credit in the world to him.
Yeah, and our player of the game tonight, brought to you by NKTelco. Could be no one other than that number 30 girl, Courtney Pranger. She's been man in the middle for 40 years now. It was Coach Nan Steckschulte her freshman year, and this past 3 years, Coach West. Just what a player here, as you see her getting interviewed there by a member of the media. What she's meant to this program and everything she's done. She's going to go on and play in the Big East next year, and she's going to bring that MAC mentality. Just what a great team this is around, and they're going to face some fierce competition. You know, we don't know all the teams that are I know Ottoville played in the regional finals. It's who they played in the state finals last year is out there. They're going to be wanting revenge, obviously, for last year. And you know, this Minster team, like we said, they got a couple seniors, but they also got a couple fantastic sophomores. Actually, that Courtney Pranger first term has Rat 1, Rat 2, and Janae Hoying and Ivy Wolf. I mean, what a, as you see Ivy coming down there from the ladder, and now Janae going up there. What do you think, Minster, if they want to come home and bring home their 4th girls state basketball title, what do they got to do in Columbus next week, Ron?
Well, I think you just continue what you've been doing all year. They've been very successful. Only one blemish on the record. That was to Fort Loramie in double overtime. That game could have went either way. They need to continue their defense. You know, you can have an off day on the offensive end, but you can't have an off day on the defensive end. And we saw 2 teams here tonight that's their bread and butter, the defense. They do a great job. And again, it starts with the coaching. The coaches know how to get it across to the players. The players buy into it, and they play defense, both of those 2 teams. And again, the credit goes to the coaches. So while they're continuing to cut down the nets, let's look at the stats that we had for the game tonight. 43-29 obviously was the final score from the field. Minster 16-39 compared to 11 for 37. That number, that 37 for the Redskins, that was way down in the first quarter. They only took 6 shots in that first quarter. So they made a recovery from that and made a little comeback from the three-point line. 2 of 12 for the Redskins, 4 of 18 for Minster, so neither team shot that well from the three-point line. From the foul line, they were pretty well even, 7-9 for Minster, 5-7 for Fort Loramie. The rebounding battle went to Minster, 27-22, and that was a big part of the ball game. We mentioned in the keys that rebounds was important to both teams. Both coaches said that, and it came out Minster was the winner on the boards. Turnover-wise, very well played game. 12 turnovers for Fort Loramie, 10 turnovers for Minster. Minster averages 9.5 turnovers a game, where Fort Loramie averages 12.5, and the defense shows up in numbers too. Minster averages 12 steals a game compared to Fort Loramie 16 steals a game. So that just goes to show you that the defense plays a big part of the ball game.
Yeah, what a great game tonight, and that's going to conclude our broadcast here. We'd like to thank our director, Scott Robinson, assisted by Patrick Tueller. On cameras, we have Jim Miller and Xavier Gross. For Ron Cruzy, I'm Brandon Coverman. For the final time, the Minster Wildcats punched their ticket to Columbus by the final score of 43-29. Good night, everyone.